primaries, we have conventions, general election, and so 538. You can see this map here. These are all the different electors that each state gets, right? So you see California has 55, right? So if I win 51% of the vote, I get all 55 electors. I take all of them. Yeah, it's not split evenly, right? Yeah, and so another factor that's always important, we have some states that always vote Republican, right, or always vote Democrat. And so a lot of candidates don't care about those states. Like California is always Democrat, so it's like Donald Trump doesn't want to campaign there. He wants to focus on what we call swing states. Has anyone heard this term? Yeah, sometimes they swing Republican, sometimes they swing Democrat. And so they really want to focus on those states to get as many votes. Yeah.
We look at the platform, electoral college, and you can see that the number of electors are very different from state to state. So I'm wondering what means the number of electors in each state is because of what? Because like in some states we have like 55,
Yeah.
in other there's only like 3.
Yeah.
Seven.
Okay, so Congress is the US government. There's two parts. One is the Senate and one is the House of Representatives. Okay, in the Senate, there's 100. Every state has 2 senators, no matter what size you are. Every state has 2 senators. The House of Representatives is based on the population. So California will have many more representatives than a smaller state, right? And not size, too, but population, right? So even though this state is big and maybe not the same as California, there's more people in California. So they get more representatives to try and keep it equal, right?
So it depends on the population size of the state.
Yeah, so how it works is that you get each state gets at least 3. You get 2 electors for the senators and then at least one for how many members of the House of Representatives. So it's based on the government balance. It's trying to be similar. Yeah, it's very, very confusing though. Right, and yeah, so the magic number to get half is 270. So you'll see them talking a lot about this on election night. What are the numbers? Like how high are the numbers going? Okay, so that's a little bit about the U.S. elections. Now we'll talk a little bit about like what you guys would do if you participate. And it's really cool, okay? So we have an election where students pretend to be residents of a make-believe country called ACA. Or we could name it anything we want. Right? We could make any name we want for it, okay? And you vote for the best candidate to lead the country. Okay, so for a successful election, what do we need? We need voters, people to vote, right? We need candidates, people to run to be the president, right? And campaign managers, right? Someone who's going to manage the campaign. So, all right, we need to do this, and we need to do that, and we need to do this, right? Like, those campaign managers are the ones choosing, like, I want you to go on this TV program, and I think you need to talk about healthcare, right? Or no, tonight you need to focus on the environment. Tell them what you're going to do about the environment, right? Or they say, you're going into a community with a lot of people who work in factories, so you need to talk about the economy, right? And how you're going to help them get more money and get better jobs, the manager. And the pollsters. Okay, a pollster. So, all throughout this time when we're doing elections and after the debate and after anybody says anything, they're constantly taking polls. What are polls? Anybody know? Poll. What's a poll? Not a pool, but a poll.
Like vote.
Huh?
It reminds to the word vote.
Vault?
Yes.
Pole vault.
Yes.
That's okay. So a pole is like a pole like this. Yeah, like a pole in the street, and you right, and you vault on. That's pole vaulting. This is a little different. Okay, a poll is like a survey of people. When I ask you questions, so they constantly take polls. Who do you support? Who do you think won the debate? Yeah. So a poll is when you take a group of people and you use that to represent the larger issue. So if I wanted to take a poll, for example, about what Vietnamese people think caused all the fish to die in Westlake, right? Yeah, what I might do is make a little question, and I'm going to ask, I'm going to try and ask different people around the city, what do you think caused the fish to die, right? Was it oxygen? Was it chemicals? Something else? and then I take a poll, and then I can put the numbers out, right? So pollsters will need to test the voters and ask them what they think, right? So if he is our candidate and I'm the pollster, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about his speech, right? What did you think about his issue on the, or his platform with the economy? Do you think he can solve the economy, right? Or I might say, what do you think is his strongest point? They're constantly polling, constantly to ask what Americans think about Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. Yeah. So we need all these different people can participate, right? Okay, and we have two parties. We can call them red or blue, or we can call them anything we want, right? It's up to you guys. But basically, we have 3 teams for each party, right, where we have a candidate and 2 campaign managers. Okay, we need at least 2 campaign managers. So teams will convince voters, right, that their candidate is the best by knocking on doors. And we're going to do a fieldwork exercise because a lot of presidential candidates will send people to go out, knock on doors, and say, hey, have you heard of Hillary Clinton? Right? Do you know what Hillary Clinton wants to do to change the country? And they'll actually go to people's houses, right, to knock on their doors and try and talk to them about the candidate. Okay? So you'll have the opportunity to debate. The candidates will debate, so it's really good public speaking practice on critical issues concerning the country, right? Voters will choose their favorite candidate. We also need the voters to listen and ask questions and think about it. And we'll have 2 rounds of the election. We'll do primary and then we'll do general, okay? It'll all be in one day, but we'll still have 2. We'll do the primary, see what people think, and then also in the primary, we might have, right, we'll have 3 candidates for the red party, and then after the primary, we'll just have 1, right? So then the general election is just 2 people, right? Okay? Okay, so just an example. Okay, so Chang announces that she wants to run as a candidate for president, okay? She decides what party she belongs to, red or blue, and what her stance is, your stance, your opinion on different issues that the voters care about based on her values, right? What do I think should happen for the economy? What do I think should happen for education? Okay? Okay, and what I want to show you too, we won't follow these differences. You can choose whatever you want. But I wanted to show you in the U.S. a little bit of the difference between Republicans and Democrats. Does anybody know what the difference is, the basic differences? Like, I'm a very strong Democrat. So a lot of what I believe in is kind of the opposite of what Republicans believe in. Does anybody know some of the main differences? Democrat is blue and Republican is red. Anybody? Why do you think they're different parties?
Because people have different beliefs.
Very different beliefs, yeah. Do you know any of the different beliefs between Hillary and Donald Trump?
Yeah. But Hillary believes that women should have the right to choose whether to have children or not. But Donald Trump believes that it's like the responsibility of women to have children because children is like necessary for the development of America.
Yeah, abortion. Fat tie. Yeah, abortion, you know, where you decide not to have a baby. Fat tie. Yeah, thank you. That's always a big issue in America, always, that Democrats and Republicans debate on. Gay marriage is another huge one that they always disagree on. Yeah, always. So I'm going to show you a few of them. Okay, so this obviously is huge, right? I'm not going to go over all of this. I'll go over some of this, right? But so basically, we say that the left is Democrats and the right is Republicans. The red is Republicans. They're usually what we call more conservative. They believe a lot in traditional family values, like marriage is just a man and a woman, and women should not have abortions. And lots of more traditional family beliefs. They usually are more religious. They usually have stronger religious beliefs, right? And so Democrats, we think gay marriage should be legal. Women have the right to have an abortion. And also, depending with government, like Democrats think that the government should help people more, and Republicans think the government should be smaller. People should do things on their own, right? And so Democrats think everybody should pay higher taxes to help everyone. Republicans want people to pay lower taxes. They think you should have to pay lower taxes. You do more on your own, okay? So yeah, a few of these, like the death penalty, so abortion, right? Liberal is Democrat. Pro-choice, the death penalty, whether you can kill someone, a criminal, right? We're against it. Republicans in favor, right? So taxes, yeah, we want to redistribute. We want rich people to pay more taxes and redistribute money. They want to lower taxes. They believe in what we call like trickle-down economics. They think if rich people are richer, it'll help everyone in the economy. Okay, healthcare. We think it should be free for everyone or low cost. And they think you should have private, like you should have to pay for your own health care. The government shouldn't. And this is very, very different from most countries in Europe. Yeah, most countries in Europe have free health care for everyone, and America doesn't. Education, yeah, we think it should be free, choice and freedom in learning, right? And a lot of Republicans think it should be private and more traditional. Global warming, right? Democrats think we have caused global warming. It's man-made. We need to solve it. And a lot of Republicans think it's just natural and it's not a big problem, right? So Donald Trump thinks global warming is just natural warming and we don't need to do much to save it. Yeah. So yeah, they're fundamental different beliefs, right? So yeah, because I'm a Democrat, I pretty much believe what Hillary wants to do more, right? I don't really think a lot of the Republican things work out. Yeah, so a few big differences. Okay. Yeah, the main platform differences between Hillary and Trump. Okay. So yeah, this is just a little bit, right? Yeah, he's always been a Republican, right? So some of these promises they want to make, right? Donald Trump wants to build the wall in Mexico. He wants to deport millions of illegal immigrants. That's one of his big platform issues that people love. Stand up to China. That's what he says, like, we're going to stand up to China. Make America great again, right? Yeah. However he's going to do that, right? So Hillary wants to reform Wall Street, like the banking sector. Long story. Gun laws. She wants to regulate gun laws. Donald Trump thinks everyone can have guns. She wants to regulate the laws a little bit more. Expand university scholarships. Make it easier to go to university. Because right now it's so expensive and there's so much debt that people go into. Okay, and immigration reforms just to make it better. So some of their big differences, right? They're both about the same age, right? 68 and 69. Yeah. Okay, so we go back to our campaign, right? After Chan announces that she wants to run for candidate. Okay, so what you need to do, and this is fun, the campaign managers, okay, create a slogan. A slogan, right? Like Donald Trump's slogan is "Make America Great Again," right? So you create a slogan, like some words that represent what you want to say, right? And you go out and tell voters about your platform. So we'll have voters, right? And then the candidate will go and tell the voters, this is what I believe, this is what I think, right? And ask me, please vote for me, right? Okay, so then they prepare against the debate, against the other candidates in the party. And each party is going to have 3 candidates. There's 3 teams for each party. Okay? So you research what the other candidates think about the issues and what Chan's answers will be. You have to think, okay, what are the other candidates thinking and how will I answer that question? You have to prepare a little bit, okay? So Chan does well at the debate, and the polls show that the voters like her best. So she wins the primary election and becomes the blue party's candidate. Okay, on the ticket. So we'll have the primary election, 2 of them knock out, then we're just left with 1, okay? And then Chan would be the one, the official nominee. So then, right, we now focus on winning the red, like beating the red party's candidate. So the research, they research what their other candidate thinks about certain issues, right? Like Hillary Clinton did a lot of research on what Donald Trump thought about certain issues so that you know what to say. how she'll respond during the debate, right? Because I want to show you my views are better, so I want to make sure I do better than him in the debate, right? So, polls show that Chang is leading the other candidate by a slim margin. So they really work hard against the debate, right? They canvass more voters again. They do tons and tons and tons of canvassing where they go out and talk